In fearful day, in raging night, with strong hearts full, our souls ignite. When all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars, for hope burns bright.
What it do, beautiful people? Welcome to the corner. This is episode 5. I go by Big Driip, a.k.a. 33 Cent, a.k.a. Lord Overthink, a.k.a. Captain Planet, a.k.a. the realest one your mama ever heard of. Holla at me. To my left is the myth, the legend, the one, the only, the light drizzle, a.k.a. Tech Savvy, a.k.a. Magic Man, a.k.a. T.Y Ty, a.k.a. my other 33 Cent. Holla at us.
A.k.a. my God.
My goodness.
How long is that intro?
Oh, it's. I'm not even close to done yet. Welcome to the corner, beautiful people. My name Big Driip, and we getting it on and popping. This is episode 5, and we're back to bring you some beautiful content as usual. You know, we do the breaking news, TY's TV time, anime, Anarchy, getting into the game, and all that good stuff that you come back every week for. I love you. We love you. We do it for you. We do it for the culture.
We do it for the culture.
Light drizzle, holla at the people for me.
How's everyone going tonight? We are super excited, as always, to be back with you guys, our favorite people, the viewers and listeners. Sorry. This is episode 5, like he said, and we got some great stuff for you today. Again, you know, not the craziest news week of all time.
That's all right, though. We're entertaining regardless.
Yep, we got a couple dingers, a couple fun facts, a couple recommendations.
Dingers?
Yes. Let's just start it off. I guess this is a funny thing to talk about. So, Rick Moranis, you know the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
That dude got punched in the head at the beginning of this month. Like, someone in New York City just walked by and decked him.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And I didn't know about it.
Where?
In New York City.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so I was reading about it. Like, I saw his picture, and I was like, you know, he's not too relevant. Like, it's not what the news that we really promote.
Yeah,
but then the title was Rick Moranis gets punched in head. Chris Evans demands justice.
Captain America, man. He's really out here for the people.
Yeah,
he really is.
And
that's awesome.
It's not funny because
it is pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
It's like it is.
He got punched in the face. He didn't get stabbed or shot. He got punched in the face. Yeah. He'll survive. Yes. He's fine. It's funny.
And so the New York City police are offering a reward.
Really?
For any for any information.
That's so funny.
Leading to this person's arrest.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but my man's got to be pretty old by now, no? Right?
Yeah.
Isn't he the same guy from Little Shop of Horrors? Right?
Was he in that?
Feed me, Seymour. I believe he's Seymour, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, you know, they tried their best to gentrify New York City, but I guess it's not working because my man's still out here getting jumped.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, so, yes, he is in Little Shop of Horrors.
He is. That's him, right?
Yeah,
Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen that movie, so.
Really?
No, I have not
classic horror musical.
Oh, it's a classic horror musical.
Yeah, it is. Like a cult following, you know, type thing.
But yeah, so if anyone has any
information, please contact your local police.
Yes. So I thought that was funny to start with.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Rick Moranis, we're sorry, we're laughing at you.
I gotta wonder why he did it. Maybe it was like my man just watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he's like, "How dare you shrink your own children? You're a horrible parent, and how dare you do such a thing?" Bam. Decked him in the mouth. That's what you get for shrinking your children. They were almost eaten by ants, you piece of garbage.
Yeah.
My man probably took the movie too seriously.
Yeah. So it happened on like October 2nd or October 3rd.
It's hilarious. Imagine that. That's a great way to start off your month. So I just want a real recap of 2020 thus far. Tom Brady leaves the New England Patriots. Coronavirus. Wildfires all through the West Coast, hurricanes on the East Coast, Rick Moranis getting jumped in New York City. This is just the worst year ever.
Yeah, pretty tough year for everyone. especially good old Rick Moranis.
Yeah, my man. Peace and love to you.
Peace
brother.
and love. Get well soon.
Yeah,
Get well
I was
soon.
just about to say it.
Get
we
well
wish you a
soon.
speedy recovery.
The pop culture corner, man. We do it for the culture.
We should send him some balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the pop culture corner.
Yeah. Maybe a shirt.
Yeah, show some love. Show some love. Rick, if you're out there watching, we're here for you, buddy.
We are. So I mean, like I said, we're excited.
I'm always excited.
Episode 5, can you believe it?
I know, that's crazy. That's
Episode
5 weeks
5.
people were in. That's insane.
And we took a couple weeks of preparation, so
man.
This is technically like a month and a half for us.
True.
We broke the 300 subscriber mark on YouTube. Yeah, that was a big. That's a big
number
for 7 weeks of work. We're at the 340 mark, so we're happy there. And then
slowly climbing, people.
Slowly climbing, and thank you. So we'll be announcing next week the winners for
2 to 300.
2 to 300.
Correct.
For that grouping. So if you're in that grouping, stay tuned next week, and we'll announce it either on the podcast or on social media. I don't know.
Probably both.
Yeah,
probably both.
Probably
because we like to shout you out while you're listening. So
yeah. Speaking of shout outs. So I do have a couple shout outs for a couple different couple different podcasts. I just want to get it
really
into the beginning. So don't laugh, by the way, because the name's funny. Deckard's Unicorn Podcast. They sent us some help via Twitter.
Oh, shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Appreciate you.
And then the Average Guys Podcast as well.
Also appreciate you, but let's not get this one twisted. You're still competition.
Yes.
Unless you want to collab, that is.
Yes, exactly. Always competition.
Always competition.
But a healthy competition.
Friendly competition.
Yes.
But competition nevertheless.
Yes. So thank you for the help. They shouted out us on their podcasts this previous week.
Nice. Appreciate that.
We appreciate that very much. Also, oh God, my throat. Every time I try to say something, every time I try to transition to something, it always happens. I don't understand it either. I get caught up, choked up.
Somebody's nervous. Somebody's nervous.
Because I love this podcast so much, I just get choked up over it.
And I'm emotional.
Over everything.
I'm so sad.
So if you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe,
all that
and
good stuff.
Comment. We do it for the culture.
# we do it for the culture. Also, get in the comment section so you can get into our giveaway. Because, we're pushing for 1,000 people. And we got some really cool stuff to give out. T-shirts, mugs, Amazon gift cards. You could win a whole $2.50 on a gift card if you comment on one of our videos. Like, comment, hit that bell, all that good stuff, man. $2.50, a lot of money.
Yeah. And that's not the actual prize. But it could be.
It could be.
With the money we make doing this.
If you're lucky enough.
Yes. Also, I think that this is a beginning topic. So, Vin Diesel, his XXX movie, it's in hot water right now.
Boo.
Yes. I'm not a fan of the XXX movies.
I'm not a fan of Vin Diesel to begin with.
But I thought this is another good thing that we could just laugh about. I had it written down, the company, because it's...
What a mess Light Drizzle is.
Yeah. Okay, so a company...
a pentagram?
So Vin Diesel's 4th XXX movie is caught up in a lawsuit. This is why I wrote this down, because I can't pronounce it right. It's a Chinese company. Ying Galaxy, is now in a legal battle with production company, the H Collective, as foreign ticketing vendor. They had contributed money into a joint venture for which they are now seeking damages. More on Cinema Blend. You can read more about that on Cinema Blend. But I just thought that was funny because this movie shouldn't be made in the first place.
Yeah,
and
you can't tell me the XXX movies are making that kind of money that it warrants a 4th sequel. I think it's just one of those things that we got to put out something. There's almost like a quota, for content you put out. Similar to what we do, we'll just shoot a quick, funny 1-minute video just so there's consistent content coming out. So I feel like that's the case because I know damn right well people aren't lining up to go see XXX in theaters. Vin Diesel can't act. He boo
can't.
To him.
I mean, the Fast and the Furious, that's one thing, right? Because, he's built his career around Fast and the Furious.
And those movies are terrible.
I agree to a certain degree because I don't think that they make you think. They don't make you, like, it's literally like you could sit there and watch it, maybe get a laugh or two, but it's usually from like The Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Rock makes everything better.
Yeah, but you're not getting any content there, or you're not getting any like mind bending.
Well, in all actuality, I think what they did with the franchise is their best bet, right? Because like they couldn't make a 8-9 movie franchise off of just racing cars illegally. Whoa, so awesome and cool, So they turned it into this off the wall action adventure, with flying tanks in space and fighting superheroes.
Did you see the one? I forget which one it is because it's all a blur to me.
Yeah.
Every Fast and the Furious movie is literally just one movie to me.
Yes.
Because they're all Fast and the Furious, and I don't know which one's which.
True.
But at one point, a car goes from the building and drives through the glass windows of this building into another glass building. And I was just like, well, that doesn't work.
I don't think that's how physics work.
Yeah, that doesn't work. I don't know how you did that, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, my point exactly. You just do outrageous things involving cars and like airplanes and stuff, my man drove a car into an airplane and like managed to stop the airplane from taking it. We're talking like a 747 people with a car.
Yeah,
he had like a Mustang.
Yeah,
like a 76 Mustang.
But it's Vin Diesel's Mustang.
Yeah, so it's special.
Dude, it's got like 600 horsepowers.
We should get a real man on the show to tell us why that movie is cool and what's cool about the cars.
No. We should get a person to do like why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, not bad.
Like a physicist who'd be like, well, that couldn't happen.
We'll get a scientist on the show.
The whole movie couldn't happen. Is really
actually, I know a couple of scientists. Shout out Galacthony.
Oh.
He claims he went to school for science stuff.
Okay, well, let's show your degree. We demand your degree.
We demand it.
So what would you like to start off with today?
How about we go with breaking news because we're not working with too much.
I'll do that. I'll do the breaking.
Yeah.
I just spit a little bit. That's hilarious. But Tatiana, remember we did the Tatiana Maslany thing?
SheHulk. Yeah, correct.
SheHulk. So she's now denying that she is part of that series.
That's weird.
She said that everything's false.
Really?
She has no part in that movie.
Really?
And she doesn't know why that she's being linked to it.
That's weird.
So, and I'm not, it's not like these underground companies reported on it.
Yeah.
Everyone.
No, it came from Marvel, correct?
No. Mark, maybe. But like it came from, sources said that it came from a source in Marvel. That's how they do things,
Yeah.
They get their leaked sources.
Yep.
But, I mean, you had The Hollywood Reporter, Vanity Fair, comicbook.com, us, all of us reported that she was, taking the lead role.
Yep.
And apparently it was not true.
Well, so it sounds like to me that that she is in fact going to play She-Hulk and that she will be the lead role, but I think
Mark Ruffalo welcomed her to the family.
So I don't think that information was supposed to come out just yet, and maybe Disney kind of cussed her out, like, hey, how did you let this happen? You need to fix this right now.
Yeah.
And then so she went on social media and was like, no, I'm not involved in this. I don't know what you people are talking about. I have nothing to do with this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Because usually if they have a slip up like that, like say, for instance, a trailer gets leaked. Right? Mm-hmm. Instead of like
Deadpool.
Yeah, instead of pulling it down and just leaving it be, they'll pull it down and put in their version of the trailer.
Yes,
that way it's in their quality they want.
And it's coming from them.
them. With this, they didn't even, if that's true and she is part of the series, then they were like, okay, scratch it, you're not part of it, and we're not going to announce anything either.
Or
it's just very weird.
Or it could have just been a troll this entire time. No, she really doesn't have anything to do with it, and they were just messing with us.
Yeah, Community, the show Community, Alison Brie from Community was originally who everyone was suspecting would play She-Hulk.
Okay.
And then that came out that Tatiana was going to play She-Hulk, so it kind of deaded that rumor. But now with this, I really don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, honestly, this is a strange turn of events. Things like this typically don't happen.
Yeah, well, I have another one.
Really?
I do.
This is just for casting, too. That's the weird part. It's
casting.
not like a trailer or like, anything of that sort. It's just casting, and it seems to be this big, I don't know what you're talking about. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Also, in a statement to ET Canada, Sony has debunked the rumor of Andrew Garfield.
Yes, I have read that.
Andrew Garfield, Toby, and Tom being in the film for Spider-Man 3. However, I want to get this straight. They said that it is not yet official.
Yes.
It doesn't, there's no, it's not, there's no talks for it. There's nothing yet.
We don't have any solid information,
Right.
in other words.
They
It's a possibility, but Sony is not confirming nor denying anything. They're pleading the fifth, essentially.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. So they basically said there's nothing official yet. That is not true. However, they didn't shut it down to the point that it couldn't happen.
Yes,
is what I'm trying to say.
I think the whole thing is that it wasn't in their intentions to do, but now that all this hype on it, now they're thinking about it. Like, hey, maybe we could do something of this sort. I don't think, though, on the original layout, what was originally on the table, I don't think that was part of it. But with all this internet hype and all the fans freaking out, wow, that'd be awesome. And then now they're thinking about it, hey, maybe we could do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be.
They look back at Spider-Verse and how popular and great that movie was, so maybe we could turn something around, turn this into something. Let's see if Toby's down. Let's see if we could get Andrew in, and we'll see what happens. In all actuality, though, I don't think Toby would be down for it.
I hope not.
I don't think he would. I think no, he should be there because again, we talked about this in Quick Dip into the Spider-Verse. You go check that out, youtube.com. But it would be hilarious to see Toby come in as that old kind of fat
drunken,
out of shape Spider-Man, he's been retired for a long time, or he got defeated, he just can't get over it, or MJ divorced him, something. But it would be funny, a good comic relief,
Yeah, I honestly, if it happened, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, and he could kind of teach Tom Holland the ropes. He's been through Toby out of all three Spider-Mans has been through the most, so he could kind of help Tom Holland learn the ropes, kind of the same way Peter Parker did in Into the Spider-Verse with Miles.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. Definitely. So for now, anything that we said about that is all speculation.
Yes. Take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt. Everything like that. However, those two past, the things that we've said now are official. From the studios. So those are what the current information that we'll be sticking with. Which
is little to none. But, until we get some more official things, we'll just keep on speculation. But the second we get some official news, we'll be right on top of that.
Of course. Did you know that there is a prequel movie to The Hunger Games coming out?
I did. I've seen the book.
Yeah.
I've seen the book.
I didn't know that until at the beginning of this week. I was like, wait a second.
Yep.
Thank you, Cinema Blend, by the way. It's my favorite website for this kind of stuff.
I read the trilogy. I'm sorry, no, there's 4 books. I've read all the Hunger Game books with the exception of the prequel.
Yeah.
And they're really good reads.
Yeah. Which I like the Hunger Games. I like it.
Yeah. I never watched the movies. I read the books though.
I liked the movies, and with one of my ex-girlfriends, I would go with her.
Yep.
We went and saw every single one together, and honestly, I think I liked it more than she did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just because of Jennifer Lawrence. Actually, I really don't care for her acting.
She's all right.
She's all right though. She was I like the premise of those apocalyptic totalitarian kind of vibes.
Yes.
Where someone's running. The districts or
Maze Runner.
I like the Maze Runner. I like.
It's such a cliche trope, though. It's been ran into the ground at this point.
Those teen.
Yeah.
Teen sci-fi adventure.
Yeah, movies where the government's big bad evil.
Yeah,
and they're throwing it. Maze Runner makes zero sense whatsoever. The government's evil, so we take a group of teenagers and find out which one's special by throwing them into a maze with giant spiders and monsters and stuff. That doesn't. I can't even fathom how that could even come to be.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think of those kind of movies. Let me know which one's your favorite. And, we can talk about it.
Or just tell me I'm ugly. Do something. Just get in those comments.
Get
people.
in the comments.
I really don't care what you say.
I can't
honestly.
say that enough.
Yeah. Tell me you used to date my mom for all I care. You could tell me you're my real father. I won't be mad. Just get in them comments, people. We just want to hear your voice.
So DeathStroke actor Joe Manganiello responded to someone asking him if he was going to be taking part, like if he's in the SnyderCut, and he responded with a non-disclosure agreement, saying that it's not his place to say.
Which is true.
Yeah, and
which is true.
And if Zach wants to announce something, that's on him.
Yes.
So that's 3 denials or no comments for casting this week.
Which is odd.
Very.
But in Deathstroke's case, that's very true. It's not in his place to say whether or not, unless he gets the okay from Zach to say so, it should come from Zach by all means.
Joe Manganiello is a huge D&D guy.
I did not know that, really.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Very huge D&D guy.
Nerd.
Yeah. He has Deathstroke dice for his...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a huge D&D guy, like huge.
Weird.
And
he's awfully handsome.
He's
for
big
a
and muscly.
Yeah, he's awfully handsome for a D&D
and he's out there,
guy.
and he's out there. What do they call it when they do a game?
I don't know. LARP?
No.
Live action role play?
Not that. I mean, that is yes, but no, that's not what I was thinking of. But it's never mind.
Unpopular drip opinion. LARPing is cool. I'm down.
I'm down with it.
Absolutely, I'm down.
Love
to make some makeshift swords and shields and stuff, and just go deck people in the mouth with them.
Oh my god,
that's awesome.
Absolutely. Let's take our podcast to a live action role playing.
That'd be awesome.
We'll put the table in front of it, and we'll just do the.
We could do like a vlog
from it.
Yeah.
And by the way, when the world gets back to normal, I do want to say this. That we will take this podcast to conventions.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be very much on the move with this.
So we'll go to California and we'll sit at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll do all of it.
I can't wait.
We started at a weird time, but wait till you see what we do once we're allowed to go out of the house.
Well, in all actuality, I think it will be more in our favor that we started this way because we'll have more listeners by that point. Because you guys see what we're doing. We're entertaining. We're on top of stuff. We're really doing this thing. So by the time everything is back to quote unquote normal, we'll have a solid listening and a solid fan base that when we go to DC Comic-Con, DC
Comic-Con,
San Diego Comic-Con, and all those conventions, and we'll go to like furry conventions and video game conventions, E3, all kinds of cool stuff, and just we'll really get out there for you guys.
Yeah, I would love to do that and
absolutely.
Like try to get some interviews.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
just
that's a
people
great,
as they go through the door.
Yeah, that's a great place to talk to actors
absolutely.
And actresses.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
So I'm excited to do that kind of stuff.
I hope you guys are excited as well.
Yeah. So this isn't like breaking news by any means, but I think this is for the world we live in right now. I do think it's kind of big news. So for Wonder Woman, right? Guess how much money she made for the first movie?
Ooh,
for Gal Gadot starring in the movie, guess
30.
30 what?
Mil.
300,000.
That's it?
Is what she made.
Really?
For Wonder Woman.
Wait, what? Wait.
A male actor for that role in that caliber of a movie would be pushing upwards of 6 to 10 million.
I'm not understanding. Back up real quick.
Million.
So she was casted as Wonder Woman. Her original contract or deal or whatever it was $300,000.
Yes.
I have a hard time believing that. Where did that come from?
It's public knowledge.
Really?
Yes.
That's insane to me. Okay, real quick. I don't want to immediately assume it's because she's a female because I just don't believe that.
That's exactly what that is.
Okay, let's look at it on the opposite side of it. I am willing to bet Scarlett Johansson was up there when she was cast as Black Widow.
Nope. No, she probably made less.
Scarlett
Johansson got a pay increase by the time Avengers 2 came around. That's when her contract was up and she renegotiated. But it's a sad day in society, for women actresses that aren't famous.
I'm sorry.
Famous. This is all, it's the pay difference is a real thing. and it's a 100% real thing.
I have a very hard time believing it.
Well,
Patty Jenkins is the right director. She's a female director. And
she didn't hire.
No, of course I know that.
Zach hired.
I
Gail.
know. But she's running the movie, right? She runs Wonder Woman. She's the director. That means she's head of it. Like she can't make every single decision, but her voice is the main voice. No, she's the director.
Warner Brothers
is the final say.
No, Warner Brothers works with. That's why they have casting managers and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
So the director says, "I would like these people."
Yep.
I have my eye on these people to play the role.
Yep.
In which case, Patty did not have any say because Gail was already cast as Wonder Woman by Zach beforehand.
Yes, before. Yeah. So for Batman vs Superman,
they had already decided they wanted a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
And she signed a contract at that point for this amount of money to do a solo movie. So it was already that. But that's as soon as they got the chance.
That is insane.
Yep. So
that is insane and despicable. That blows my mind.
For Wonder Woman 2. She renegotiated $10 million.
Yeah, damn Skippy.
$300,000 to $10 million.
Okay, real quick. This was a very at the time, DC movies were not doing very well. I just don't want to believe that the world is so horrible in that way. I want to find some light in this because I just really don't want to accept the fact that it really is that terrible and people really can be that scummy. I just feel maybe at the time DC was not doing very well. Their movies were getting very bad feedback.
Yeah, that could also be
Wonder Woman was the first movie DC came out with that was actually very good. So Warner Brothers came into it. Let's not pay this woman $6 million for a movie that very well might crash and burn. Okay, how about this? Margot Robbie. There's no way in hell she only got $300,000 to play Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. I just think it's because of that. DC was in a bad spot at the time. We do not want to throw a crazy number at her. Wonder Woman was the first movie to actually be successful in the DCEU. After that point, now we cast her for the second one and for Justice League. All right, now we can up her pay because we know she's successful. We know the people like her. We know that she's worth the money.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson renegotiated for $15 million after the first Avengers.
What did she start off at? Do you know?
It doesn't say here.
Okay.
I will find it out, though.
All right.
But you know what? If you're looking at the bright side of things, maybe that is it.
Yeah, I just don't want to believe that it really is that bad. And this isn't 1930. That's just unacceptable. If that is true, it's absolutely unacceptable to be treating people that way. I don't understand the difference. It's not. She's acting just as much as anybody else on casted in the movie, so I'm not really understanding why that's acceptable behavior. For example, Margot Robbie is an excellent actress, and I've seen in several occasions her steal the show. So for them to have the audacity to try to pay her $1 million while they pay everybody else $6-7 million is insane to me.
It's
unacceptable.
It is, and the sad thing is it is a real thing in society.
Which blows my mind. Blows my mind.
If everyone thought like us, the world would be a better place. However, they don't. So, studios like that. So if you're a big time Hollywood exec, right, and this woman comes to you, or you want her for this film, but she hasn't made, she's not totally famous yet,
yep.
or she hasn't been in something that would warrant a big payday.
And that is an acceptable reason to throw a low number.
But you got to think about it. So, $300,000 for a film is still six figures, and I would be grateful to have that.
Yeah, but we're not big time Hollywood.
No, exactly. I'm just saying.
Yet,
it's crazy to me that. And then you look at some of the MLB players.
Yep.
They make hundreds of $1 million per year. $100 million per year to play baseball. And it just baffles me.
Yes, but on the outside of that, the player that's just coming in and is going to be on the bench most of the game
would make $50,000 to $60,000 a year.
Exactly.
That's
my point true, exactly. Yeah. Gal Gadot was not that big when Wonder Woman came out. She was really only known for Fast and the Furious.
For 2 movies.
Exactly. That's it. And not for nothing, I love her as Wonder Woman, but her acting range really isn't that that big.
No, it's
really
not.
like Wonder Woman is kind of her like that's her personality to begin with.
Yeah,
she's just kind of playing herself in a sense, you know. So it's not really she's not Joaquin Phoenix.
No,
you know what I'm saying.
No.
Scarlett Johansson, on the other hand, I have seen this woman play her acting range is through the roof. I have seen her do several different characters and personalities and things like that. Scarlett Johansson right off the rip is worth that kind of money. Gal Gadot, absolutely 100%, not a doubt in my mind. Scarlett Johansson's worth that money. Margot Robbie, same thing, worth that money. I've seen her act
I love Margot. I do like Margot. On the other hand,
Gal Gadot, I have not seen her act all that great. So, no. I'm not going to throw $5 million on her.
No,
right the rip.
And you know what? Now she's making that money, so good.
Because she's earned it.
Go, girl.
Yep, now she's earned it. Everybody loves Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman. She earned it.
Yeah, so, and speaking of Wonder Woman, so Patty Jenkins, someone asked her if, she feels confident that we'll get this film on Christmas.
God, I hope so.
And she says she can't be sure. Right?
You never know.
You never know.
Fair enough.
We can't guarantee anything in this time, but she feels pretty solid about it that she wants to give it a go for Christmas.
Good.
She's talked to Warner Brothers about holding firm on that release, so that's something to look forward to. And then at the end of this month we get The Mandalorian, and in December, hopefully, November, December, we'll get WandaVision.
WandaVision and Wonder Woman coming. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, we got some things coming up. We got some things to look forward to, and you have us to look forward to every week. So
every week, coronavirus or not, we're here, people.
Hell yeah!
Just know that we're always here.
So I mean, that's really it for like the breaking news.
Yeah,
I'll talk a little bit
slow this week.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
We had 2 good weeks and then 3, meh. We'll call those meh weeks.
The news might have been meh, but the Pop Culture Corner, A-class, baby.
A-class. And we'll get more into some things in TV time.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, so with that said, it is time for Anime Anarchy.
Bow, 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 bow. Smash, crash, kaboom. Oh, Anarchy. Big Drip, baby. All right, this week, because it is spooky season, and a Big Drip's the big fan of this show, Soul Eater.
Ooh, that sounds
It's a good
fun.
show. It's a good show. This show is the main premise of the show is a academy known as the Death Weapon Meister Academy, and it is ran by a, pardon me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Shinigami, which is a Japanese term for demons, ghosts, etc. But in this case, it is Death himself.
What was that name?
Shinigami. It's
Great.
Japanese.
That's a wonderful word. That is a wonderful word.
All right. So in this case, in the show's case, the Shinigami is Death himself. And he runs a school for people, humans, and their weapons. Now in this universe, the weapons are people. It's kind of hard to explain. They're people that are also weapons. So they can transform into their weapon, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, so for example, there's the 3 main characters. I'm going to focus on one of them for now, is Maka and Soul Eater. Maka is the human, Soul Eater is the weapon. So he's an actual person, but he transforms into a scythe, her weapon, right?
Okay.
Now the whole point of the show is these 2 are partners, and they're trying to turn Soul Eater, her weapon, into a death scythe. In order for that to happen, he must consume, 99 evil human souls.
Oh, God.
And 1 soul of a witch. And that becomes a death scythe, which means it's on the level that Death himself would use, right? So imagine it as like, you start off, imagine it as a video game, right? You start off just a regular guy, and as you go about, you gain XP, you defeat enemies, you level up. Pokemon, perfect example. Charmander, after doing so much, evolves into Charizard. Well, there's a second form.
Charmeleon.
Yes, and then Charizard. But you see where I'm going with this.
I see. Right?
So that's essentially the main goal of each one of them. Now, the show focuses on 3 main characters, Maka and Soul Eater, Black Star, and, oh my goodness, Black Star and Tsubaki, excuse me, I forgot her name, and Death the Kid, and Patty and Liz Thompson. Now, this show is excellent. I watched this through and through. You can find it on Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll. It's really on most streaming services. It's a perfect show for like this spooky season kind of feel. The animation is
like it.
Yeah, the animation is through the roof. It's very original in the way they what's the word I'm looking for? Their atmosphere, if you will. You know, they're very unique in that sense. I mean, the trope of like having some sort of school and children trying to like become, you know, the best there is kind of ran into the ground. You know, essentially everybody and their mother does that, but like Soul Eater has a unique look and style to it. You know, it still has that, you know, anime cliches, right? You know, power of friendship and willpower, and you know, we can't be defeated because we're friends, and friends can, you know, that bond can never be broken, stuff like that.
Hey, it still sounds fun.
But no, it's an excellent show, and once again, you should really check it out. There is 4 seasons to my knowledge of the anime, but the manga goes on further than that. I'm not really sure why. The show's relatively old, so it's fair to say that we're not getting the rest of it into an anime, which is strange to me. But the anime seemed to only do 1 arc, and then that was it. But the manga, there's more than 1 arc. I know this for a fact, so it's a little strange. But like, if you really get into it and you really enjoy the anime, we'll go out and get the mangas and read it as well, so you can go past that point.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's an excellent show. Again, for spooky season, it's really how you come across it. You know, it focuses on those 3 main characters I mentioned earlier, and also really cool side characters like Dr. Stein, a man. He's you know, Frankenstein, right? So he's mad with the thought of creation and experiments. So he absolutely
Logan's here.
Hello Logan. The whole point of the show is madness incarnated, right? So like, madness is like almost a physical entity that can just consume you. So the whole point of the show is to kind of like keep that contained and keep it from spreading, and keep it's picture madness as like a cold, as a virus that you could catch. You know, that happens often.
Yes. Catching colds, I know.
Yes, it's in that sort. Picture madness in that way. So you just try to, that's the whole point of the show, is to try to keep that from happening, right? And then once you hit that point, it completely changes you, right? It changes everything about you. It's hard to explain over words, so just by all means, go watch this show so you know what I'm talking about. And any fans out there, get in the comment section, let me know, because Big Driip's a big fan of this show. Absolutely love it. It's definitely on my top 5 of all animes.
Of anime?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an excellent series, and I wish the anime itself kept on going with the story. And I really, to this day, it came out in 2008. So I really don't understand why they didn't keep the series going, because it's has a huge fan base. It's not like a small niche kind of show. Everybody and their mother knows about it and loves it, that watches anime anyways. Right. So I'm not really understanding why they don't. If you're out there, man, listen and get on that.
Hashtag start it up. But that's
it's
every time you bring an anime up, you know, it sounds really fun, and it sounds,
it's a whole lot of fun.
You know, like something that would, you know, keep me entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very out there. It's very different, and it's. I never suggest, maybe for you, the dub version, so I've been told, is translated very well.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what does that mean?
Dubbed means like instead of subtitles, they put an English actor and translate it.
Okay.
I don't ever watch anime that way. I always watch it subtitled, because typically speaking, like if you ever noticed, like you see clips of Dragon Ball Z or Naruto and it's in English, like the words, what they say sounds very corny and silly. It's because when they translate it exactly, right? So they don't translate it so it would come out the way we would say that sentence in English.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's the exact translation, so it always sounds silly. So I always watch in subtitles, because just that's very distracting when you hear that and you're trying to get into the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can't stand, like, there's that show on Netflix that's really, really good. I can't remember. Dark?
Dark.
I think it's called
doesn't
Dark.
ring any bells.
It's on Netflix, but it's dubbed into English, if that's the word.
Yes, it is.
And it doesn't match their mouths.
Yes, it's too noticeable.
And like you said, they translate it literally, so you don't hear any of the slang that would be in there.
Yes.
Or any of the like conjunctions, like what's.
Exactly.
What's.
Exactly.
You know, like
exactly what I was looking for.
They don't do any of that. They just literally word for word. And,
yes.
And you
it
can
just
tell.
Always sounds silly.
Yeah, and there's no emotion into it.
Exactly.
And yeah, I can't stand that.
It's hard for a voice actor to be able to do that. If you give him a script with exact translation, you can't expect him or her to put that English spin on it. To just
know that, okay, well, that was supposed to be that.
Yes, and how this should be delivered in an English sentence, you know?
I agree completely.
I think that's something that should be looked into, so that way people will watch dubbed more often.
Right, and that, you know, with the technology that we have now, it shouldn't even be an issue because it's already a cartoon.
Yeah.
All you need to do is add the correct word, because when you draw a cartoon, you cannot draw them mouthing the word the.
No.
It's just mouth opening, closing.
Exactly.
So if you can translate it correctly, then there would be no issue.
But a lot of times I've seen it, especially in anime, they do a very good job lighting it up their mouths as like they're speaking words, but it's in Japanese.
Yeah.
So when they dub it in English and they keep that same animation, it's very abundantly obvious that they're messing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do hear you. That's why I find it hard to watch.
Always watch some
anime or dubbed or you know, whatever, because it's all in another language.
Yep.
Or I have to read subtitles, and I personally, I don't like subtitles because I read and I don't see what's happening.
So everybody and their mother says that, right? But, and I had that same issue when I first started watching subbed, but I promise you get to the point that it's natural and like you're still seeing everything that's happening on the screen even though you're reading subtitles. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch every anime subbed. Like for example, Soul Eater. I was watching it subbed, and by the time, at this point, I've already been watching anime for a long time now, so I didn't miss anything. You get used to that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I hear it a lot. It's almost like one eye's looking down and the other one's looking at the screen, right? So you're practically cross-eyed, but oh well, you get in the whole show. You know?
Right. Yeah, so no, maybe I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, that's Anime Anarchy for you people. Wow, smash, crash, kaboom.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Go check it out, man. Soul Eater. Again, it's on damn near every streaming service there is. I personally watched it on Netflix, and they have all 4 seasons, but it's also on Hulu. Crunchyroll has every anime known to man. So you guys go check that out. It's a good spooky season kind of show to watch.
I was going to say, by the way, HBO Max, if you go to the bottom, they have all the stuff that they
have a Crunchyroll section.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I was going to say, do they own it? Or?
No. It's probably just kind of the same thing as like Adult Swim. They just have a deal with them, you know.
I was going to say, so can you watch it on HBO? We'd have to check that out.
It's probably, I doubt it. I don't think it's on
doesn't
HBO.
say, it says Crunchyroll Collection. So you can tell that it's not everything that Crunchyroll has.
And Crunchyroll has a lot of their own original shows. Okay. So that probably most of what's on HBO Max. That's just Crunchyroll trying to get their original content out there more. So they put it on a big platform like
I would
HBO.
love to be on HBO.
Absolutely.
My God.
Absolutely.
One day, boys. One day.
Fun fact, Elmo has his own late night show on HBO.
What?
Yes. Elmo, like from Sesame Street.
It's not graphic, is it?
No. It's Elmo having his late night show. It's actually hilarious. I watched like 3 episodes.
I know,
of it.
but
it's really
it's not like he doesn't like swear, does he?
No, it's Elmo.
Yeah, but hey, Elmo's.
No, it's like a Sesame Street spinoff.
My God.
They put him in a little suit and everything. He had Jonas Brothers on it. It's adorable and hilarious. I loved it.
Oh my God.
It's only like 10 minutes long, so it's a good binging kind of show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A 10-minute Elmo?
Yeah, absolutely. I binged through that.
Hold on, I'll get right on it.
It's really fun. They have a little talking Q&A segment. He does little bits, and then his guest sings a song. You know, he has a little band on the side. It's hilarious. It's absolutely great.
A mini version of like late night.
With
Conan.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
It's much better than Conan or Jimmy Fallon. I hate Jimmy Fallon with a passion. I hate him.
I relate to Jimmy, but that's a different story.
You're not welcome.
But at a different time
on our show.
Yeah. So, have a couple things to talk about for TV time.
Hit me.
So
TV time with
I
TY.
also
Yeah.
So first off, I think I'm gonna change the name.
Really?
To the TY's TV Corner,
Okay.
simply because I started the segment that I did about Supernatural, and I know that you can't be in it because you have work.
Somebody's got to pay the bills.
Somebody's gonna pay the bills, folks, and it's not personal. He just doesn't watch Supernatural, so I go at it. I just do a review of the episode. It's only for 6 weeks because there's 5 episodes
Oh
left.
yeah, you're doing the final season review.
Yes,
most
and
definitely.
Supernatural is a show that means so much to me. It's always meant so much to me. It's been there when I had nothing. When I was, in a deep, I was dealing with depression. I think like anyone does, right? And it was always there for me. It always made me laugh and smile, and I love that show. And now that it's ending, it's like you and Naruto. Naruto. I always say it like a noob.
Yeah, like a normie.
Normie, yes.
Oh, I hate that.
It's like you and Naruto.
Fair enough.
And it's
devastating when it goes.
Yeah, and they're open to doing a mini series, 5-10 years from now, which is cool, but it is ending, in fact, so I'm going to be doing that segment. If you haven't seen it, or if you like Supernatural, head over and check it out, is what I'm saying.
But, not for nothing, but aren't you happy that it's ending now before it gets bad?
Yeah.
Because that's inevitable.
Yeah, no, so God on that show, spoiler alert.
You said God?
Yeah, God is in the show.
Jeez Louise.
I mean, it's angels, demons, eventually
okay,
God.
yeah.
The show started with them trying to find their father.
Okay.
And now it's ending with them hunting the father of creation. So I thought that was a good...
They're hunting God.
Yeah, God is destroying universes.
Oh.
God, I would have to explain the whole series.
Yeah.
We can do that off camera. But God is no longer happy with the boys. And, he's destroying universes. And the next one is ours. Well, it's theirs. And so they have to hunt him. And it's just great. I love it. I'm so happy. God once said this, though. He said, endings are hard. And because the series was supposed to end at season 5. So they lined it up for it to end.
Yep.
And then it didn't.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Which is usually a bad thing.
So God wasn't God we didn't know he was God at this time. But he said, endings are hard, but does anything ever really end? And then that's how the show is supposed to end. And
interesting.
It has more relevance now.
Yes.
So it has more relevance now, and I think that if you like the show, come join me on Fridays and we'll do a little review.
Go check that out, people.
Yeah.
TY's doing his little thing.
Yeah.
Doing the thing, baby.
We're gonna get Drip his own segments and stuff.
Yeah. Give it time, people. Again, unfortunately, Big Drip still has to work a 9 to 5, unfortunately, until you guys start subscribing. Yeah, once we hit 1 million subscribers, Big Drip quits his job. So if you want to see me full time, baby, you need to get to the subscribing.
1 million?
1 million. I quit my job. 1 million subscribers, I quit my job. We stop everything we're doing, and literally all my attention goes to this.
All right. You heard it here, folks.
Yep.
1 million. And
the second we hit 1 million, I'm calling my boss and I'm cussing him out for all the nonsense he's put me through over these years. I'll go into work one more time just so I can cuss everybody out and tell them how much I hate them and how much you've destroyed my soul as a person. Not only am I physically ran into the ground, but my soul is exhausted from you people.
And they would technically have to pay you.
Yes. I'm going to cuss out everybody and their mother, every resident, every supervisor, every coworker, everybody. Everybody's getting a piece of Big Drip, and I can't wait.
Yes. So, if you'd like to see that, we'll shoot it live.
I will record it. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll record that live.
I'll get a GoPro. Take it with me.
But that all starts with you guys.
Yep.
That all starts with
you guys. Get to the subscribing, people, because that's going to be a hilarious video.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There were some new Batman set photos that came out.
Nice.
Yep. So it showed all right, so it was Batman stunt double, right?
Yep.
And it was in that, like, same setting as we got the ones from before.
Yep.
Like in the grassy field.
Yep.
Looked like a cemetery, honestly.
Yeah, like near Wayne Manor, most likely.
And he had a gun, like, strapped to his inside forearm.
Yep.
And everyone freaked out.
Yep.
Oh, it was a gun.
Yep.
Dog. Grappling gun.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or we got to remember this is early Batman, so he really hasn't come. He's not really 100%. Like, you can see in the trailer how violent he is, right? So this is a new Batman. Here's the main difference between Affleck and Patterson, right? Affleck, that was such a problem that he was out here murdering people like that because he's already been at this for so long. Meaning he's already come to the conclusion that killing is not right and that he should not do it. Patterson, on the other hand, is portraying a year 2 Batman that is still learning and he's still confused on this. You know, the kind of criminals and maniacs that Batman encounters, you know, of course he's going to lead to the side of maybe I should kill these people. They're absolutely insane and there's no way they're going to ever change. So maybe I should kill them. You know, he's still learning these things at this time. So with Patterson, that does not bother me. You know, maybe he does kill. But then after that, there's a scene of his guilt and shame, and he can't differ himself from the criminals, and that's where he comes to the conclusion killing is not right. I cannot do this. You know, maybe there's a Joe Frost scene in the movie.
Joe Chill.
Joe Chill, excuse me.
I was Joe Frost.
Joe Frost.
Chill. I've never heard of Joe Frost.
So maybe there's that scene, you know?
Yeah, agreed. But guys, settle down.
Yeah, pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes.
It's a set photo.
I can't stand when people get all riled up over something that they have no idea about. You just want to complain because your Twitter handle gets a little bit of attention.
Yeah, you get 3 likes on a post because you complained about Batman having a gun. We don't. Again, like Drizzle said, we don't even know what kind of. It could be a grappling gun. It could be like a dart thing, you know, with like knockout gas or something or whatever. You know, it could be a million different things. It's not necessarily a pistol.
Yeah, by gun, Batman means something that shoots bullets into people.
Yes.
Not if it has the same handle as a gun. That's efficient.
It shoots bullets into people.
Yeah, that's what he means. I wonder if that's
the Webster dictionary definition of a gun.
Yeah, that's what he means.
Shoots bullets.
It ejects bullets via gunpowder and kills people or severely injures them.
Sign up like Drizzle for the Webster dictionary definitions. Yep, that was beautiful.
That was a great definition. I thought. At least.
That was on point.
So I want to go back to TV because I forgot to tell you that one this morning. So back to TV. I know you don't watch it, but Titans. We're gonna get you to watch it. Just I want to hear what your criticisms would be.
Oh, I'll tear it to shreds. I can tell already. I can tell already. I'll tear the show to shreds.
I would love to hear it.
Starfire alone is enough for me not to watch it. I am so sick. I want to go on record as saying this as a black man. Stop taking white characters and turning them into black people. I cannot stand it. It is enough for me to avoid your show and or movie entirely.
Yeah.
Just make stories about black characters. There are plenty of them, and if you cannot find one, God forbid you can be original once in your life. I cannot stand it. I am so sick of seeing characters that I know and love as white people, and you turning them into black people for the sake of essentially nothing. Because I don't know
politically.
But that's the thing. I don't know not one black fan that's into comic books and video games and stuff. Like one black nerd that was like, "Oh, I love the fact that they turned Johnny Storm into Michael B. Jordan." Not one. Stop doing it.
Yeah, you know what?
I hate it.
This is the one. I think this is probably one topic that we agree on completely.
God, I hate that.
Because I've always said that. Or when you turn a guy into a girl.
Yeah, stop changing characters into something just for the sake of being woke.
You wouldn't do that to Harry Potter. Like you wouldn't change Harry Potter to a woman or a black black lesbian.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just
so
make if you want more diversity in your movies and in your stories, well then create characters of that sort.
Yeah.
Don't change known characters.
You know what? If I watched Titans and they made a black character that I'd never seen in the comics or
Completely
animation,
original character.
I'd be like, all right.
That's fine.
I see you.
Yeah. If the characters doesn't completely suck, though,
Yeah.
you know, it just because he's black doesn't mean it's a good character.
No,
You
no.
You still have to make good characters.
Agreed. But I wouldn't complain.
Exactly.
I'd be like, you know
I'd
what?
actually watch your show.
I'd be like, props to you.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't want to run the source material dry by, changing things that you shouldn't, because Starfire's not black.
She's not black. She's not even human.
Commissioner Gordon, again in the Batman, is now a black man.
Why? Why?
Why? Jeffrey Wright's amazing. He is an amazing actor.
So give him a different part.
Exactly.
He doesn't need to be Commissioner Gordon. Why?
You know,
why is it always such well-known characters that you do this to? Why don't not at least do it to somebody who's a side character? Why do you take the most well-known of characters? Commissioner Gordon's huge in Batman, and you're gonna change him completely? Unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't find it. I don't find.
I hate it.
I don't. I don't enjoy when you, like, if you want to change someone's backstory or origin to fit. Maybe tweak things here and there to fit your story. Cool.
Fine.
That's being original. I like it.
Yes.
But when you go and change the physical fit, and it sucks because, comic books were written in the 40s and 50s, and some of those characters were mostly white.
Yes.
But since then, they've created plenty of diverse characters.
Exactly.
Plenty.
Exactly. My point exactly. Just once again, God forbid you you have to use your head to make something original. God forbid you can't just rip things from source material. Like I swear to you, Drizzle, I don't watch Titans for that exact reason. I watched the first 2 episodes and I just could not get over Starfire.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't accept it. Starfire isn't even human.
Yeah.
And you had to change her into a black person. She's not human. She's an alien. She's not a white person. She's not a black person. She's an alien. I don't get it. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. And for the Jeffrey Wright thing, you could have cast him as Lucius and been fine with that. Fine. You could have been fine with that.
I don't get it. Like, comic books had that same issue. Yo, there's not enough diversity in our comics. So what did they do? They wrote stories and started making black characters. They didn't turn Hal Jordan into a black guy. They created Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Agreed. I don't get it.
But Titans season 3. So DC Universe is no longer. It's no.
You mean the app?
The app.
Okay.
DC Universe is no longer going to be the host of any TV.
They're going to lean towards more comic books, correct?
They are starting in 2021. They are Comic Central. That's it.
Which is cool, though.
Yeah.
I'm still down for that. Absolutely.
Marvel has their version.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down for that.
So, but all the TV shows are going to HBO Max now.
Yes. Yep.
Which, we all knew was happening eventually.
Yeah.
So, Titans season 3 is now in production. Someone leaked a picture. We'll get to see Donna Troy, even though she, passed away season 2.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But there's been leaks that she'll be back. But yeah, so we'll keep you updated on that. It's just starting production, so that's really that.
Yeah, well, it's confirmed that we are in fact getting a season 3.
Yes, on HBO.
That much we can say for sure.
On HBO.
So I want to just real quick the DC Universe thing. I'm so down because first and foremost, I've made this abundantly clear already. I'm a DC fan, not a Marvel fan. So I'm absolutely down to subscribe to them for whatever it is, $8 a month, whatever they charge, just to be able to read comics on absolutely. Yeah. That makes it so much easier. Really the only reason I buy comic books physically is decoration, right? So I can put them on a bookshelf. But as far as actually reading the comics, I would prefer the app.
The digital, yeah. It makes it easier and
smoother.
And you can have all of them.
I wonder if they have what's the Audible option, right?
Yeah.
That they read it to you. That'd be great. Because I could just put in my headphones in at work and let them read the comic to me. That'd be awesome,
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah, new segment.
New segment?
New segment. We'll just read comic books to you.
I don't know. Big Drip reads on like a 3rd grade level, so we're gonna have to. I can read Hungry Caterpillar to you if you're tired. Put you to sleep.
Do you remember that book, the Caterpillar one?
Yeah, I just said it.
Is that what?
Hungry Caterpillar.
I didn't think it's called that.
It is.
What?
Yes, it's a story about a caterpillar who is in fact hungry, and he just goes around eating apples and plums and stuff, and then he becomes a butterfly. Hungry Caterpillar.
Are you sure it's too hungry, so?
Well, I might be Hungry Caterpillar.
The very hungry caterpillar.
Very hungry, which is the same as Hungry.
Yeah, I guess you could double that up, right?
Yeah.
So, a couple different things here.
Reading recommendation: The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Go check it out, people. Go check it out.
As if you didn't read it in 1st grade.
If you need a good read, it's a good one. It's a really heart-tugging story of a caterpillar just trying to change and become beautiful, and he feels ugly and he doesn't feel like he's enough, so he stress eats, and he has very low self-esteem, so he stress eats until he gets big and fat. But then eventually at the end, you know what, never mind, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just go ahead and read that.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything.
You've had 25 years to read it, so.
I don't want to spoil anything.
So, did you know that there's a Halloween sequel out right now?
What do you mean?
You remember the Halloween movie that we saw?
Oh, yeah.
There's a direct sequel out right now called Halloween Kills.
It's already out?
Yeah, now.
Where is it available?
In theaters.
Oh.
Yeah. So
really?
I didn't even know it was
I haven't seen a single ad and or trailer, nothing.
I haven't seen a single thing on. But then again, I do not have cable TV, so.
True, but on a pretty regular basis.
Actually, I have YouTube TV.
Yeah, so. I was about to say, and on like YouTube, I get movie ads all the time, Facebook, social media.
Yeah, I had no idea that this was out.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I would have went and saw it just to. Because we saw.
We went and saw the last one, so I guess so. Yeah.
So it's a direct follow up to that, and they're set on doing another one.
I don't know. Maybe we go see it at some point this week.
Yeah, maybe. Sony promised us a first look at Spider-Man 3 by the end of the year.
Yes.
Thank you. They said that they'll get it out by December. December of 2020. So that means we will, in fact. And that means it's been in production for a while now.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll
get some kind of something.
Yeah, we'll get a look at that. Disney's turning Space Mountain. Well, it's giving it the Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion treatment.
Yeah.
And it's giving it. They're making a movie based around it.
Yeah.
Don't know
it's based on the ride is very loose term.
Very.
Like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion's pretty much just Haunted Mansion, but like Pirates of the Caribbean, that's very far-fetched to say it's based off the ride.
Yeah, they just took the idea and made it into a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you go on the ride, I mean, you're
like on a boat, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that's mostly it for this week's TV and movie.
I'm a huge Disney fan, right? But typically speaking, with the exception of Pirates of the Caribbean, because it's a huge franchise, but like typically speaking, when they go outside of their animated realm, I don't really like it. Most
you didn't like Aladdin?
I'm not talking those movies. I'm talking not the live action. Like I'm talking movies like Artemis Fowl. A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh God.
Movies like that. Disney does not hit the same when it's not animated. I'm sorry. They just don't.
Yeah.
You just don't. Like, your animated movies never disappoint. Like Zootopia, Frozen, all those movies I absolutely adore. Big Hero 6, Pixar, everything you do animated, I absolutely adore it. To this day, I still watch movies like Hercules and Aladdin on a regular basis. But, like, again, Artemis Fowl, John Carter, A Wrinkle in Time, those movies are terrible. They're just silly.
John Carter, right? I have a special like connection with that movie because I had surgery on my stomach when I was like 15 years old and I was in the hospital, and that was one of the free movies I could watch.
Yep.
I watched it like 3 times, but I was on like morphine and stuff, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And
then I watched it one time like it was like 2 years ago, and I was like, God, this is terrible.
Yeah, I dude, that's funny you say that because I had a weird, very similar. The only difference is I wasn't getting surgery.
Okay.
Everything else is the same.
Yeah.
So I watched that movie the same exact way you did, minus the surgery, and for whatever reason, I just had it on replay, knowing damn right well it was a terrible movie.
Yeah. But I just thought it was really funny. And And what was the other one? Oh, that's where I watched The Hunger Games for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the hospital.
Yeah, because I asked the nurse, I was like, do you have any recommendations? And she was like, Hunger Games, because she was a woman and she, liked it. So she recommended that for me. And can you stop flicking the paper, please? It's super distracting. Very distracting.
I hope they catch that on camera.
yeah, we'll cut it out. It's throwing me off here. Have you watched Cobra Kai?
No, God, no.
Why?
And I refuse.
Why?
Because it's corny. Corny.
Apparently,
one word, corny.
People love it.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize how much people loved it.
Yeah, people love a lot of stuff. People love Fast and Furious.
I thought Cobra Kai was like some terrible
Karate Kid.
I thought it was like a terrible Netflix original.
No, it's karate. Well, it is.
But people actually I saw God, when they do the Dave Chappelle when he has like cocaine on his mouth.
Tyrone Biggums.
Yeah, and he's like, y'all got any more of them? And then someone puts supernatural episodes. Y'all get any more of them?
Oh, it's a meme.
Yeah.
You're saying.
And,
Yep.
I've been seeing it all over the place. Y'all got some more of them Cobra Kai episodes. So I don't know. If you guys like it, let us know. I have no idea what that show is actually about.
It's about the bad guys from Karate Kid. The bad guys in the rival. So in Karate Kid, I believe his name is Danny. He gets beat up by some kids, and they're Cobra Kai. It's a
literal direct spinoff.
Yeah, it's a Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is a karate school, and the teacher was very aggressive and a bully about it. So they beat up a bunch of those kids. Beat up Danny, and then Mr. Miyagi comes in. He saves him. Saves him, and then he's like, "I'm gonna teach you karate, so those kids can't pick on you anymore." And then at the end of the movie, they go to a karate tournament, and Danny wins. So Cobra Kai, the show, I'm assuming, is about a bunch of abused, aggressive teenagers that are bullies and have a rough life at home. So they go learn karate, and the teacher is super aggressive about it. I'm assuming it's a drama because that's really all you can do. It's about a karate school, so it kind of has to be a drama.
Okay.
Imagine a football movie, Remember the Titans, like that. Okay. Imagine it like that. It's a drama surrounded by a sport. You know what I mean?
No, that clarifies it a little bit more. I think we're at the hour mark. We should probably do some recommendations for our folks here.
I still got to get into gaming.
Oh,
I haven't gotten into gaming
yet.
I
completely forgot about that.
Getting into gaming with the Big Driip. What? This week is Black Myth Wukong. Black with Wukong. Ow. Black Myth Wukong.
What is that?
So it's a really dope looking game. It's based on the Journey to the West classic Chinese story. If you don't know what that is, imagine Odyssey just for Chinese people, right? Chinese culture, it's the same kind of deal, right? It's huge in Chinese culture. It's one of their most original stories, and damn near everything that's ever come out of the East is based off of that in some way, shape, and form. That includes Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, damn near every anime on the planet. Again, any kind of Japanese and or Chinese content is some way, some form based off of Journey to the West. But this game is basically an exact adaptation, but just turned into an action role-playing game. The release date, for whatever reason, is completely unknown. I couldn't even find a year, month, nothing. Diddly squat on the release date. I don't really understand why, but they did include what platforms it will be released on. So PS4, Xbox One, PC, but it will also be on next gen, PS5 and Xbox Series X. I'm very interested to see this game. It's running on the Unreal Engine 5, I believe, and it looks absolutely gorgeous, people. Gorgeous. Now, we've had a little issue with copyright type things, so we're really hoping that I can get some images up with, hopefully when you watch this episode, there will be visuals of that.
Got a question for everyone. If you understand the fair use law, we thought, and you know what? I'm not ashamed to say this.
We're struggling with it.
I don't understand. I thought I used the fair use correctly. So if you guys have any tips, tricks, or get out of jail free cards,
by all means, please.
We haven't got a copyright strike or anything like that. but we got a claim on 2. So I am trying to figure out what we did wrong, but YouTube will not email me back. So if you guys have any tips or tricks, let me know, because I would like to start using
clips and images.
I thought I did it the right way, and apparently not.
Yeah, so please, again, we're just a little struggling over here with that. So please, by all means, if you have any idea, DM us on any of our social media or in the comments, whatever, so forth. However you come across it, just please do.
Yeah.
That being said, again, hopefully while you're watching this episode, there'll be some images, maybe a clip or 2 of this game. But it looks absolutely gorgeous. Again, it's running on Unreal Engine 5, I believe, which is the latest of Unreal Engines. And Unreal Engine, if you don't know, is like, how do I explain it? It is the most like realistic graphic engine there is, right? So like there's different graphic engines. Like you use one if you're looking for like a cartoony kind of look to it, or maybe an 8-bit animation to it. Whatever type of animation you're looking for and how you want it to look is the engine you use. Unreal Engine has that very realistic feel to it, and it looks as real as possible.
How ironic.
Ironic?
Yeah, okay, so unrealistic engine.
Oh, Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine is the most real
irony
graphics card. So
that's something I didn't 2 and 2 I did not put together.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
So platforms, I did name this already, but I'll do it again. PS4, Xbox One, PC, also next gen. I'm curious as to how they're going to work this, because once upon a time when PlayStation 3 came out, for the longest they were releasing all of their games on PS2 as well, but it would be like a worse version, like it would be like first of all, it's the same game, but it would have its own kind of like feel, and it would have a different name. It was just a worse kind of bootleg version of the game that came out on PS3. So I'm just curious if they're going to keep doing that, like when they release something on PS4, not necessarily like bad, just different than what's on PS5. Almost like it's kind of a way to like entice you, like, hey, you like this game, well, you need to go out and buy a PS5, because this isn't even close to what this game really is.
Right,
you know what I mean?
You're missing that.
Yeah, you're missing out on something. Yes,
Come
exactly.
Find out.
Exactly.
Come find out.
Exactly. Yeah. So you play as Sun Wukong. Pardon me if I pronounce that wrong, but that is the Monkey King, and you play as him directly. Again, it's Journey to the West, just an action RPG kind of style to it. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. The developer is an Chinese indie developer known as Game Science. Now, these people, I know nothing of them. I've seen nothing they've released before this, but if this game is what they showed us so far, is absolutely gorgeous, and the game looks amazing, and I'm on top of it the second it comes out. Again, they haven't given us any kind of release date, which is very strange to me. The combat style is almost the best comparison I could think of was like Monster Hunter or maybe Dark Souls. It's that kind of, you're fighting something much, much, much stronger than you, so there's a lot of like evasive tactics and countering. Like, you need to strategize. You can't just go in and beat this dude. You need to strategize and like pay attention and use the tools you are given. Now, again, I mentioned that Journey to the West, any kind of like Eastern pop culture is most likely based off of Journey to the West, so in the game, you have the ability to shapeshift, make shadow clones, all kinds of different things, and like any anime trope. Like, game is huge for people who like anime, because again, most of it is based off of Journey to the West. So you'll see a lot of recognizable things in this game, things that you know of, things that you like if you're an anime fan. And even if you're not, this game, again, looks beautiful. It looks challenging. Challenging is a big part of it. I like a game that has challenge. I don't like a game that I can just maul through. I mean, yeah, they serve their purpose, but I like a game that I actually have to think, and like I can't just run in and win,
Agreed.
So the second I get a release date, I'll let you guys know. But And once again, hopefully while you're watching this video, there's some images, maybe some clips or two. If not, go ahead and go onto YouTube and watch the 13-minute gameplay walkthrough. Again, it's Black Myth Wukong. WUKONG. Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah,
go check that out.
Definitely check it out, guys. That sounds really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this next gen stuff is gonna be literally
out of this world.
It's gonna be next level.
Insane.
So I heard through the grapevine that Avengers for PS5 and Xbox
is being delayed. Yeah. So they plan on releasing it on. It's already out on PS4 and Xbox One and PC, but they are planning on putting it on next gen. And I think when it comes out on next gen, there's going to be some exclusive next gen content, right? Yeah. But it has been delayed for whatever reason.
Well, so like you said, right? They have to use different graphics cards and
yeah.
So like that.
Well, to a sort, like to a degree, like I'm not like a game designer or an expert on these things and like how they work software wise, but like, you know, this is next gen, right? So there is going to be a lot of differences from the PS5 to the PS4 as far as like game developing goes, right? Like you can't just make a game for PS4 and then just put it on PS5. That's not how it works. You have to make a game that suits PS5. You see what I'm saying? And the software they use and whatever, so on and so forth.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that because the game is gonna look beautiful. And again, I'm hoping there's some like exclusive PS5 content and Xbox Series X content like that you can't get on PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah,
you know?
I just feel like they should have been like these games came out relatively close to the transition, so I feel like they should have already been. Like
in development,
like all right, so we're gonna get this game made.
Yep.
That way, once the console drops, the new one, we'll have a game for it right away.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's how I would have went about it. But maybe it's different. You know?
I think I see what you're saying. I think, like typically speaking, it goes the other way around. Like they drop it for the next gen first, and then the previous generation gets the game. So it is a little weird that it came out on PS4 and Xbox One before they even developed the next gen version. So you're right. That is a little strange. And typically speaking, it's vice versa. But for whatever reason, it's the same as like movies being delayed and whatnot. That just gives them more time to iron out the details and fix maybe any bugs they might have or whatever, so forth and so on. So I'm not really fighting it because, I want the best game possible.
Yeah, agreed. Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Oh my God. So I was thinking about this. So today is the 18th, technically.
Of December?
No, of October. Today is the 18th of October. So we're almost to Halloween, right?
Yep.
So next week we'll
boogity boogity.
No, we'll be shooting on Halloween.
Really? Yeah. Nice. All right.
On the 31st.
Okay, there's a couple stuff Big Drip's got to do.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, we're gonna definitely do a Halloween special.
Oh yeah, of course.
We're shooting on Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been trying to incorporate spooky season stuff this entire time, anyways. For the whole month. But if we're shooting on Halloween, that's awesome. I can't wait for that.
We're shooting on Halloween.
Dope.
I was just looking at the calendar and I was like, wait a second.
Nice.
31st. That's when we shoot. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned,
episode.
people. It's something special coming your way.
And yes, and I was thinking, and let me know what you think. But for next week's episode, we're gonna be announcing the winner, like we said about the 200 to 300 category.
Yep.
Also, I am developing some T-shirts. So next week on the episode, for the people who watch, if you comment. We do it for the culture. On next week's video, we'll pick someone randomly from the comments, and I will send you guys a T-shirt. Because I am making 3, and I will just make 4 for now.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
Yes.
Check us out. And hashtag do it for the culture. Get in that comment section. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Comment hashtag we do it for the culture. We pick randomly. Each one of us will pick somebody randomly. I believe it's 4 in total for each 100, correct?
Yes.
Each 100 subscribers, we pick 4, correct?
No. For each 100, we picked 2.
2, excuse me.
Yes.
So we picked 2.
4 would be a little bit too much money for us right now.
Yeah, honestly. So that's one Amazon gift card of about $20 and a T-shirt. So you get in that comment section and you comment hashtag we do it for the culture. Winners will be announced next week.
Yeah, I got the pre-developed shirt on.
Yes, we're aiming for better quality though.
This one didn't come out the best, but it was a rough draft.
So what I would like to do is once we announce winners, I would like you guys to either message us directly on social media or you could do it in the comments, but I want to kind of personalize the T-shirt for you, right?
Yes.
So we'll have our logo on the front, but on the back I would like to put something, somewhat personal, so you just give us like a small slogan, maybe a nickname, something you would like, or you want me to give you a nickname. Dude, that'd be dope. I'm nice with the nicknames. I just want to personalize it a little bit for the winner. You know?
You'll have 8 nicknames to choose from. 8 different nicknames.
So you just let us know what you would like, and we'll go ahead and we'll do that for you.
That's gonna be so. We're trying to get you guys involved. So.
Yeah, man. We've been saying this since day one. We want you guys involved as much as possible.
Yep.
This is all we do it for you. We do it for the culture.
And that's why we started this whole thing was so that we could interact with people.
Yes.
Give you guys the news and all the updated stories for casting, rumors, whatever.
Suggestions, so on and so forth.
Yep. But the main reason we wanted to do it is because we like people and we like to talk and we like to engage with similar interests.
Yes, I love, nothing makes me happier when I start a conversation with somebody and come to find out they're also a nerd. Yep. Like I show them my tattoos and they're like, oh my God, I know what that is. Nothing makes me happier when somebody recognizes. I have the 9-tailed seal tattooed on my stomach, so if anybody sees it, nothing makes me happier than them recognizing and know what it is. That nothing brings me more joy, not even a little bit. Maybe a subscriber on our channel is like equal joy, but like I absolutely adore that. So that's why we want you guys involved, because we just love, that's how we became friends. He has the Justice League tattooed on his legs, and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's amazing. And that's how we became boys. That's it. That's exactly it. To the T.
The T, actually.
I want you guys to, same thing with y'all. We want you in the comment section. We want you all up in our DMs and on our social medias, all that good stuff, man. We want to talk to you.
I think you specifically liked the Green Lantern.
Yes, it was Green Lantern.
And you liked the green that I used.
Yes. Exactly.
I believe that's exactly how it went.
That's exactly what it was, because I wanted to use that same shade of green for mine. So I was like, oh, that's really dope. What kind of green is that?
Yes. I can't remember I told you back then, but I can't remember what the actual
shade of green.
I can't remember it.
It's kind of like our green screens, honestly.
Yeah, it was like so my tattoo artist, like, it was like it wasn't in a set.
Yeah.
It was a separate green that he had to go into the drawer and get.
Oh.
Like it was like it was like it's not glow in the dark.
But it has a neon look.
But it has like that neon look. Yes. So I did want to talk about one last thing before we go today.
Is it that time already? Oh my God, we're almost done.
Sadly.
Sad face.
Sadly, we're at that 1 hour and 22 mark.
It goes by so quick. It really does.
And
it really does.
And you know what the sad thing is? Everyone's like, oh, how do you want me to watch an hour and a half show? It's like,
dude, it goes by so quick.
Well, it goes by so quick.
Yeah, on our end, it seems like nothing, but I understand why. Like, you sitting in the same spot and physically watching us. But that's why we've been pushing, like, the actual podcast platforms more than YouTube. So, we try to push Spotify and Apple and Google and all those podcast platforms, because at the end of the day, this is our podcast. So it's meant for you to, plug in your headphones, or you can use your speaker, whatever you prefer, and just kind of go about your day and just listen.
Exactly.
That's kind of the whole point.
Yep, that is the whole point of the podcast. But say you like to watch, right? Say you want to watch something, watch it in segments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yep.
Do it however long you want.
Well, that's exactly why we have Quick Dip, though. We make things specifically for that reason. For YouTube and for you to sit down and watch. It's not too long for you to, lose your attention.
Exactly. Exactly. But there is one last thing that I wanted to talk about today before we wrap things up. I did want to talk about what you think. So, Darkseid has already been...
For Darkseid.
Yeah. So, he's already been introduced into DC.
Yes.
However, who would your big bad be going forward after Darkseid? I want to know who it is.
Oh, interesting. Brainiac.
Yeah.
Brainiac.
Already
Easy.
answered it.
Easy.
Already
Brainiac.
answered it.
That's easy. Brainiac, by all means. Brainiac is an excellent villain. He's probably, honestly, if you ask me, I think he's a bigger threat than Darkseid is. Darkseid is like, just in a sense, a brute. Like, Darkseid, let's not get this twisted. Darkseid's a god, essentially. He's a godlike being, and he's a big major threat. But I think Brainiac's more of a threat because Brainiac can get you silently, right? Like, Brainiac, like, takes over cities and mines and things of that sort, you know? So it's, I think Brainiac's a bigger threat just for the simple fact is that, like, he doesn't have to show his face to take over. You know what I'm saying? Like, Darkseid has to physically show up and, like, he's this giant godlike being. You can't miss him. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting lasers out of his eyes and stuff. Like, Brainiac is just shrinking cities and put him in a case. You don't even know he's coming. He just shrunk the city. You don't even know. Like, to my knowledge, you don't know that you've been shrunken. Everything looks the same to you. Your perspective is still the same when he shrinks the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you, at least how it's been just portrayed so far, is that he'll come, you know, his ship is giant.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
Like,
true.
Literal, like, it's
Huge.
universe kind of big.
Yeah.
Right? So that way he fits all the worlds and stuff in it.
Yep.
But he'll just come and, you know, he might have to fight you if your planet's advanced enough, right?
Yep.
But if if your world is, like, pretty simplistic and like, you know, bare.
Yep.
He just comes and eats your planet.
Yeah.
But he shrinks you and leaves you
As like
frozen.
a collection.
As he leaves you frozen in time almost.
Yep.
I think he was portrayed really, really well on Krypton.
I heard that a couple of times, actually.
Yeah.
I've yet to see the show, but I've heard he was really well done.
So Krypton it's not the most exciting show, I'll give you that, right?
Yep.
So it's not, you don't have Superman, you have Superman's, like, you know, great uncle, or great grandfather, or whatever.
And they're all essentially just normal people because they're
on Krypton.
Yeah.
Before the world is destroyed.
Yes.
But they've had several, like, they've had Doomsday on there.
Oh, really?
Brainiac.
Interesting.
They've had Lobo.
Really?
Yeah.
Lobo,
So,
huh? He's another one. He'd be a good villain. Not a big bad, but Lobo's actually really, really, really. A lot of people don't realize this. He's, like, ridiculously powerful, and he's borderline unkillable.
Yeah,
he has the same kind of healing factor that, like, Wolverine has.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Yeah.
He's up there. He's not a joke.
But the way they portrayed him in Krypton was a little dorky.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
It just wasn't, like, it didn't hit home.
Yeah.
You know, by any means.
Yeah.
But I thought, like, even down to the visuals, like, the visual aspect of Brainiac and Krypton, like, there was that, like, cinematic quality to it.
Yeah.
And when they're fighting him in the finale of season 1, and then, you know, he's been in season 1 and 2.
Yep.
Season 2 for a little bit, you know, as a, like, whatever happens in season 1, they're dealing with the repercussions in season 2.
Okay.
But he's still there.
Yeah.
But the way they portrayed him, like, at first, it's very haunting. It's very scary. Like, you're scared of him. Like, you don't want him to come.
Cool. I like that.
I would definitely give Krypton a watch.
Yeah.
But
just for the sake of seeing Brainiac.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But don't expect to be, have your mind blown.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
I think the best way to come across is kind of similar to what you just said they did in Krypton is introduce him slowly, right? Really build up the hype before you actually visually show him on screen, right?
Yeah.
Put very subtle kind of that he's coming,
There was one shot, right, where the cast or the actors they're doing their thing, and all of a sudden it just flashes to, like, this section of his face.
Yeah.
Right? And then he opens his eyes and they're black.
Yep.
And honestly, I freaked out. I was like, all right, this dude's serious.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Brainiac's a huge villain.
I would love to see him on that big playing field.
He's Superman it's like polar opposite, right? Like Superman is based off his brute strength, heat vision, things like that. Brainiac is on the opposite spectrum of him, just as powerful, but just in the opposite kind of way, meaning like all of his power comes from his mind and things that, like his intelligence, rather than Superman is brute strength, Brainiac is intelligence, but they're just as strong,
Right.
So
right.
Brainiac's a huge threat.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him.
And he's one of the older villains.
Yeah, he's been around. Yeah, he was originally introduced in like the Silver Age.
Yeah,
he's old.
Yeah, his first appearance was Action Comics number 242, I believe, and that was in 1958.
Hey, see, exactly. He's been around a long time.
Yeah, I personally, he's one of my favorite villains.
Yes, me too. Absolutely.
Simply because of his, he actually has an interesting concept. He's not a one and done villain.
Yeah.
He's not his motive is just to take over the world, right? He has ulterior motives to what he does.
He's kind of like, to me anyways, he's DC's Kang, He's a Justice League level threat, even though he is like a Superman villain. But any Superman villain is a Justice League level threat. If you're a match for a Superman, then you're a match for the Justice League. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Agreed.
Yeah, Brainiac would be a dope villain to see. I would like to see him again slowly introduce, maybe kind of have Lex Luthor working for him the entire time type thing, or like, the Justice League has to respond to like a gang of people acting crazy and crazy stuff going on, and they're doing this, they're hijacking certain things, blah blah blah, like they're trying to steal Wayne tech or like LexCorp tech, and come to find out that they've been brainwashed the whole time, and they don't know who it is that's brainwashing them, that's controlling them in the background, type of deal. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. Imagine Brainiac gave Maxwell Lord the Dreamstone.
Oh, geez Louise.
Imagine.
It seems a little too magical.
No, it wouldn't happen.
It's too magical for Brainiac.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's, if anything, it's Darkseid.
Yeah.
Or Steppenwolf trying to get revenge, maybe. Something of that sort.
If it was anyone, it would be... But no, because then Diana would know who Steppenwolf was. But he's tangled with the Amazons before.
Well, she already does know who Steppenwolf is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's the one who explained the story. Yeah, she already knows who he is.
But his Brainiac's notable aliases are things like, the Collector of Worlds.
Yes,
the Terror of Kandor. And Kandor is a city in Krypton.
Yes. Yep.
He's got Superman, super strength.
Yep.
He's got durability. He can fly. He's regenerative healing.
Yes. Yep.
Energy blasts.
Yep.
He's got everything.
He's
telekinetic.
Real quick, he's just like a quick origin. He's artificially made by a planet of, I forget their name, but he's made for the purpose of observing worlds and like collecting data so they can take over, right? So he's artificially made. He's not like a natural being, right? He's artificially made. He has 11th dimension intelligence, correct?
So, in the early period, he was used more as a plot device than a villain.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Past
the like Infinite Crisis era, he's obviously changed, as most characters have been.
Yeah. No, that's what I like about DC is they'll introduce a character, and you might think, oh, one and done. Yeah. But then he comes back and you're like, oh, they've reinvented this dude.
Yes, yeah.
This dude's this is no joke.
Yeah. I want to say New 52. After that is like when Brainiac became like a real threat. Like it's not a joke anymore. He's not a one and done kind of guy. He's a threat.
So yeah, if you haven't watched Krypton already, definitely go check it out.
Yep.
Get a little brief backstory on Brainiac.
Yep.
And then hopefully we can get him.
You know what Brainiac reminds me of? A combination of Kang and Ultron.
I was gonna say Vision.
Vision? Yeah, I'm thinking more Ultron.
Even evil Vision. So, I think that's a good comparison.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good comparison.
And I would absolutely adore seeing Brainiac as main villain. It'd be cool too is that big starfish thing.
Oh, no, that's Avengers.
No, that's Justice League. Giant starfish with an eye in the middle, that's Justice League. He's a DC
yeah,
villain.
that was the Justice League.
Yeah, he's like ridiculously strong. Too. He's like a god.
I think it's a starfish, right?
Yeah, it is. It's starfish, and he has an eye in the middle.
That was the Justice League. That was the first villain. In the first comic book.
Exactly.
I don't know why I thought that was the Avengers.
And it's like, it's hilarious because they kept him around and like after like New 52 and Infinite Crisis, and he's like ridiculously powerful. He's like a godlike being. He's like on the level of Darkseid.
That's funny that we've never seen him in any live action stuff.
Nothing. I don't
he's
even
ridiculous.
think you've seen him in any animation, but I think it would be awesome to see him because it's so silly
to pay homage.
But he's so powerful. You know?
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I'd like to see it. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Let us know what you guys think. I think
the general audience would be so incredibly confused, but if you do it correctly, like they'll understand why it's such a threat.
Why is this giant starfish in the Justice League movie?
Like, to my understanding, he has like mind controlling powers, right? So he can take over the will and the mind of any living being.
Yeah.
So like that's a real threat. Maybe not make him giant, right? Make it like a literal starfish, but like stupid powerful, right?
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool. I'd be down. I think you guys gotta start thinking out of the box with this. Don't copy the MCU.
His name's Starro.
Starro, yes, thank you. I was drawing a blank on his name. Starro, yes, I would love to see him adapted. Think out of the box, DC. Don't do everything MCU's doing. Just because they're successful does not mean it will work for you. Think out of the box. Grab some crazy, weird characters and just make sure you establish, it's crazy and weird, but establish what a real threat Starro is, because he is. He's a Justice League villain, meaning he is Omega level threat, Yeah,
he contains millions of similar drones that latch onto a host and control
then take
its
them over,
mind.
right? Yes, see, exactly.
The ability to dominate an entire populace with ease makes him an incredibly dangerous villain.
See, exactly. So he's essentially like a hive mind.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I read the first Justice League. It was years and years ago, and I've polluted my mind since then. With content for you guys.
So DC, just if you're listening, man, pay attention to what we're telling you, because we're huge fans, and I promise that if you listen to us, your fan base will be much happier with what's coming out.
Also, hire us to do this podcast for you.
Yes, absolutely. Strictly Warner Brothers. I'll work for you.
I would do Strictly Warner Brothers. It'd be hard.
Maybe.
It'd be hard.
Again, I am a DC fan to begin with, but
But there's so much
Spiderman is
the
really
thing.
my main issue.
Yeah, but that's the thing with just doing one, because I've seen the Popcorn Network, and I'm sorry to say this, guys, but you have a DC only podcast, and it failed. And it failed because
you're strictly one thing.
Yeah, you have one thing to talk about. If there's nothing going on for that one thing, then do you really have a podcast?
You don't.
And they're not really interesting to they're not us. Yeah. Right? You don't want to just hear them talk.
Yeah.
All I want them to do is report the news, and then I can get out of there.
Yeah.
Their side bits and conversation they're
boring. There's no entertainment. There's no comedy. There's no drip.
There's no big drip.
There's no
Justice Holmes.
You need drip.
Yeah. You need drip in your life. So, with that said, guys, episode 5 is now officially ended.
Sad face.
The outro music is probably playing now. As always, you can hear us anywhere podcasts are heard, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and soon Pandora.
Coming soon.
Those are the main ones, but you can hear us anywhere. Radio Public, Overwatch, anywhere like that. Also, Justice.
Follow us on social media. Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Tumblr, TikTok, boom.
Tickety-tack.
We're on damn near everything, people, honestly. In all actuality, you can also follow our personal pages. It's Tyler Roberts and Big Driip. That's Drip with 2 eyes. Come holler at your boy. You can also find me under Justice Holmes. Please do not stalk me. I beg of you.
Yes.
And just real quick, real disclaimer real quick, please, from now on, people, no more flash photography. Like, I have sensitive eyes and it's killing me. I know you want pictures with the drip. I know it. And by all means, I'm here to serve the fans, but no more flash photography, please. And for God's sakes, let me know you're taking the picture. There's a lot of silly pictures of me out there because you guys are just snapping pictures while I'm not paying attention. So by all means, just let me know so I can pose. At least you can get my good side.
We don't want a Billie Eilish picture on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, we love you.
We do.
Hashtag we do it for you.
We do it for the culture.
Boom, shut up.